Here's a very pretty song that's a lot of fun and actually quite straightforward to play on a single acoustic guitar. There's just a handful of straightforward chords, one bar chord, and we might embellish some of these chords to create a bit more interest. Once we got started with the verse, we're also going to look at a picking pattern that's great for this song and actually very versatile, so you'll find it useful for lots of other songs once you've got it under your fingers. Okay, so we're in the key of G. This is the key that Robbie Williams and Nicole Kidman do this in. The original, Frank and Nancy Sinatra, is in the key of E, which is okay for guitar, but it means that we have to be a bit more adventurous, a bit more resourceful to find some of the chord shapes we want. But G works really nicely. And my G chord is actually going to be G major 7. So rather than having the top string fretted at the 3rd fret, I'm going to have 2nd fret here. And I'm going to play that in conjunction with this, G6. So the basis of my G chord is going to be G major 7 and G6. 2 beats each. I know I stand in line until you think you have the time. And you'll see straight away I'm playing the bass note, which in this case is on the 6th string, with the thumb and 3 fingers on the top 3 strings. Okay, then we get another pair of chords, A minor 7, which I'm going to play with the little finger on the 3rd fret of the top string. You'll see why in a second. And that partners with D7. So my thumb is on the 5th string for A minor 7, and then on the 4th string for D7. And the reason my little finger's up here on the 3rd fret of the top string for A minor 7, echoes the melody of the song and works nicely with the note on the D7 chord that's on the 2nd fret of the top string. 3rd fret to 2nd fret, so we have this kind of movement. And then we have the same thing pretty much in reverse. Now for the picking pattern, we're already playing the thumb on the bass string and the 3 fingers on the top 3 strings. 1st finger on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the top string. And I want to alternate between thumb and chord, so G major 7 and then G6. Okay, simple enough. We're going to take this up a gear, but let's have a look at how it works with the A minor 7 and D7. Of course, the thumb is moving from the 5th string for the A minor 7 to the 4th string for the D7. Okay, let's add to that some bass notes, half a beat before the existing one. So that's going to be on 2 and 4 and. So at the moment we've got this. And we want and. Okay, practice that until that sits nicely under your fingers and you don't have to think too hard about it. Now we're going to take it up one more level. The chord that appears on the 4th beat, that one, we're going to bring that forward by half a beat to create an anticipation. That's just going to give us a bit more rhythmic impulse. Okay, that's the idea. Once you've got that's great for all sorts of bossa nova or anything with a slightly Latin feel, and that's what I'm going to be playing throughout this song. So let's have a quick look at how that works for the first 8 bars. I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Okay, that's the opening of the verse. Now the verse continues in the next 4 bars with half a bar each of D minor 7 and G7 twice. Afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a... And then we get to a C chord. That's C major 7, which is essentially like a C chord but with the first finger missing from the second string, and C6, which has to be re-fingered. And I'm playing that like an A minor but with a little finger playing a C in the bass on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And suddenly that then shifts to an E flat. That's the challenge, and that's an A type shape barred on the 6th fret. So, with the picking, afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then we end up with our A minor 7, D7 twice and our G chords twice. Then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. Okay, that's the whole of the verse. Now the chorus is just an 8-bar section. It kicks off with 2 bars of the D minor 7 G7 that we saw towards the end of the verse and lands on our C major 7 C6, this time twice. I see it in your eyes and still despise the same old lines you heard the night before. Then we have a new section. It's an A7 for a bar, and then half a bar each of E minor 7, A7 with D7 for a bar, and we end with D7 augmented, and I'm going to bring my little finger down onto the 3rd fret of the 3rd string onto the existing D7. That gives us that. So all together, I see it in your eyes, you still despise the same old lines you heard the night before. I know it's just a line to you, for me it's true, it never seemed so right before. Bit high, never mind. And now we just go back to the beginning of the verse, and there is a slightly different ending. So we get, I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come true. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. Now we get our D minor 7 G7. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars are red and all the night's so blue. There's our E flat. And now again, then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. And this time we go to our E flat, and those 2 bars, G major 7 to G6 to E flat, just repeat to fade. So then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I love you. Okay, once from the top, we'll have the intro, which is 4 bars, A minor 7 D7 twice, G major 7 G6 twice, then it's the verse, into the chorus, back to the verse, and into the coda. I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or 2. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I see it in your eyes and still despise the same old lies you heard the night before. I know it's just a line for you, for me it's true, it never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come true. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and all the night's so blue. Then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I love you. And that's it.